ask me the question, what do you get when you bring a castle of protagonist and female equality together? I look blankly at them. We want you to create a documentary film featuring not one but two absolutely fabulous leading ladies. One being Carrie Castle, the other a woman with lots of connections to the time, and then we're going to throw in a little bit of female equality. What do you think? Aren't we wonderful? Coming up with such a fantastic premise for you to delve into. Yes, of course. Are you up for the task? Of course, I'm totally a professional. That's where my journey began. The castle, as we all know, was already in place, so that was one protagonist sorted. But I had to search long and hard for the perfect second female protagonist. You see, there are just so many fabulous, strong, inspirational, and female-empowered stars to choose from in the local borough. But I eventually chose my Cinderella. As you can see, when I first met her, her life story was magical. So who is this wonderful Cinderella, this Carrick Cinderella? Well, this is she, the wonderful, the kind, the considerate, the just plain fantastic Alderman Beth Adger. Woo! At 78, Beth is still very much a fire blazer. In the promotion of female empowerment, female equality, love, genuinity, and most of all, humanity for all. Beth, this is your life. Born the 20th of January 1948, you had an incredibly happy childhood. You grew up in the countryside as part of a very close-knit family. But at the tender age of 17, tragedy struck when you were diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Chemotherapy was only a new concept at the time, and you became one of the very first patients in the UK to be treated with this revolutionary treatment. According to you, Professor Bagshaw, the doctor who had invented this chemotherapy, said at the time, if you do not do this trial, you will be dead in 6 months. So, for 5.5 months, you were quarantined in a hospital ward in a London hospital, with 5 other girls receiving the treatment. Friends and family had to speak to you through a plastic screen, and you were allowed no physical contact whatsoever. Now, you're the only surviving patient from the trial. At the time, you were told that you would never have children, and this broke your heart. But at age 19, life took a wonderful turn when on the 4th of February 1967, you married the love of your life, a very handsome young man called Tommy. Your happiness grew with your new husband when you decided to foster your first child. Tommy and you were mom and dad to Robert. You nurtured him for the first year of his life before he was adopted, and to this day you've never seen Robert again. Passionate about wanting to give other children a loving home and parents who love them dearly, Beth and Tommy went on to foster more children over the years. A miracle happened 7 years into their marriage. As you know, Beth had been told she could never have children, but no, 7 years in, and she gave birth to baby Gordon. The miracles continued, and Tommy and Beth unbelievably had 9 children of their own. Mickey, Lisa, obviously Gordon, Aaron, Brian, James, Martin, Rodney, and the baby Laura. Or, as Beth so quaintly puts it, Laura is the boss of all of them. 22 years of fostering and adoption meant that Beth had 47 foster and adopted children, from which she had 67 grandchildren. This is on top of the 19 grandchildren from her naturally born kids and 8 great grandkids. Wow, what a woman. Not only is Beth a mother of so many wonderful children, she's also a mother of hearts for all the constituents who voted her in for the 23 years she has been a councillor. So much has happened since she first started out. It was hard then, with a family and a career, and as a woman in a man's world. She did many, many wonderful things. She was the first female councillor in her party. She was the first person to create a fostering association in Ballymena in the 80s. She was 3 times deputy mayor. She was also chair of the board of governor at Harryville Primary School. And for the past 2 years, she's been the president of the National Associations of Councillors UK. She is committed to equality and giving everyone respect and showing compassion and a great willingness to be there for others. This view is also agreed by another mayor, our current mayor in Antrim Council. Geraldine has known Beth for over 20 years now, and they've become firm friends. But Geraldine knows how hard it is, and has been, to be a female councillor, especially back in the day.
Well, I've known Beth, I've had the privilege to know Beth actually for maybe 20 years. And so, yeah, she's a great friend. I mean, you don't just not become a friend or anything over all those years. And I suppose way back then, I mean, I can't believe I'm a councillor 20 years myself, but way back then, there was much, much less women, as a councillor. And and it was all, well, with the greatest respect, it was all males. So really the woman sort of didn't matter what party you were in or what you're, you totally respected that. But we just sort of had to stick together. So, and just to try and promote the whole equality and women and there was equally to be there as not. But it was very difficult because whenever you're married or have kids, and a lot of the meetings at night time or even daytime is very hard, especially you're working. So I always thought, and I'm saying this in the nicest possible way, but women had it probably, had it a lot more difficult to be a councillor, and more challenges and more obstacles. And but no, Beth's been wonderful, and she's just such a genuine, compassionate, caring, and passionate woman. About what she does, and she would incredibly respectful, and as I say, we just have always gone very well and sort of looked out for each other, and I would support her, she'd support me, and she's just been great.
But on a more personal level, she had these lovely words to say about Beth.
So yeah, just a privilege to even do this for Beth. She has been very empowering and a great example of women in community and working for the communities and especially in council. I know Beth and just from her years of experience in the council, but also from her life experiences. I mean, she's been an amazing. Everybody's aware of her story of the whole how an incredible foster parent, her and Tommy were. And I just think through that, she knows so much and she can give so much back to the community. It's not as if she doesn't know what she's talking about. And she's very passionate, obviously, especially with young children. Not everybody can understand young children of all ages and teenagers and all, but she just loves them. And as I say, just with women and men, everybody, she's just a very, very caring, genuine woman and knows exactly all about the communities. And I think a lot between Beth and I grew up in like in Facetown rural areas. She was with no Canalbana, so it was just the other side of the valley. So we were both from country, country rural areas in the middle of nowhere. So you just get a real understanding then of what people, sometimes they can be forgotten, and she just really strives and supports and promotes, especially rural country.
So I remember my mum from my childhood always being really hardworking. Just childhood memories of her getting us all organised to go out to school in the morning and driving us to school in her wee transit van, 15-seater transit van, royal blue. It was just, they used to call it the A-team bus. She was just so good at organising such a large family and keeping everybody nice and neat and clean and tidy. And we went on many a family holiday. I don't know how my parents did it with so many of us, just getting all packed up and ready to go. We had camping, we all went to Butlins or Bobnarigis. Just such great memories of all those. And when I started Cambridge House, Mum, she started working, so she worked in Parkgate Freds, and then further on down the line she started the council work. And Mum has just been such an inspiration. She's such a hard worker, and she's just really just an inspiration to anybody. So yeah.
All the kids called Beth Nana Beth. It was her little nickname from all those who loved her. My little nickname since knowing her and hearing all about her story, to me now, Beth is actually super grand. hope the bosses at Queen's are happy with the answer I've given them in this film. I would just like to take the opportunity to say thank you for watching the film, and more importantly, thank you to Geraldine, Laura, and the magnificent Beth for all your support in making it. Thank you.
I was asked what were the most important things in my life. First of all, my faith is top of the list. After that is my husband, my family, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, my foster children, and my friends, and council work. I love helping people, and I hope that I will be around for a wee while yet to continue to do that. That's all I have to say. God bless.